Good day! Welcome to JMarian Patrol. It's March 21, 2022, 10 in the evening. I am Gleison Von Linali Alcacid. Putin's spokesman refuses to rule out use of nuclear weapons if Russia faces an existential threat. Gov adopts 10-point policy agenda for speedy economic recovery. DPWH to Bello. Davao Coastal Road project different from ordinary highways. PBA, Converge takes over Alaska Aces franchise. Why Minnie Mouse has a newfound love for lo-fi hip-hop. Russian President Vladimir Putin's main spokesperson said that Moscow has yet to achieve any of its military objectives in Ukraine and refused to rule out the possibility of using nuclear weapons. Vian May M. Escobar reporting live from Russia. Vian?
Dmitry Peskov repeatedly refused to rule out the possibility of Russia using nuclear weapons against an existential threat in an interview with CNN's Christian Amanpour on Tuesday. When asked under what conditions Putin would use Russia's nuclear capability, Peskov relied that it is an existential threat for our country. Putin has already said that he may use nuclear weapons against countries that pose a danger to Russia in February. He then said in a televised meeting with Russian defense officials that officials in leading NATO countries have allowed themselves to make aggressive comments about the country. Therefore, he hereby ordered the Minister of Defense and the Chief of the General Staff to place the Russian Army deterrence force on combat alert. Back to you, Gleison.
Thank you, Vian May M. Escobar, for that report. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte has directed the government departments and offices to adopt the 10-point policy agenda to hasten the recovery of the Philippine economy from the impact of the coronavirus disease 2019, also known as the COVID-19 pandemic. Crystal Faith Villeron files this report.
National Report. Under Executive Order EO-166 inked by Duterte on Monday and released on Wednesday, the adoption of the 10-point policy agenda will help fast-track economic recovery and drive broad-based expansions across various productive sectors amid the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic. The Economic Development Cluster has recommended the adoption of the 10-point policy agenda to accelerate and sustain the country's economic recovery, the EO read. There is an urgent need to adopt policies on economic recovery to sustain current economic gains, minimize the pandemic's long-term adverse effects, and restore the country's development trajectory. All government departments, bureaus, offices, agencies, and instrumentalities, including government-owned or controlled corporations and state universities and colleges, are mandated to ensure that all related policies, measures, and programs are aligned with the adopted policy agenda. They are directed to strengthen healthcare capacity and speed up the COVID-19's vaccination program. They are also told further reopen the economy, expand public transport capacity, and resume face-to-face learning. State agencies are likewise instructed to standardize local government units' LGU's requirements for domestic travel and local tourism, as well as to relax requirements for international travel. According to the EO, all government departments and offices must also formulate and propose legislation to ensure the implementation of enhanced and flexible emergencies measures during pandemics. EO 166 also orders the shift to more useful and empowering metrics, taking into considerations the total severe or critical cases, case fatality ratio, and total vaccinations to avoid unnecessary changes in alert levels and encourage more people to get vaccinated against COVID-19. The national government is also directed to prepare medium-term solutions to ensure the country's resilience against future pandemic. This has been Cristile Faith Villeron reporting JMCFI News.
Thank you, Crystal Faith V. Leron, for that report. For the latest update on local news, let's hear from Shireen Balasot.
Following the claims of vice presidential candidate Walden Bello that the Davao City Coastal Road project is riddled with corruption, the Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH, emphasized that the project is very different from ordinary highway. Bello said during the Commission on Elections COMELEC Filipinos Debates 2022, the turning point on Sunday evening, March 20, that the funding of the Coastal Road project is being corrupted. In a forwarded statement, DPWH Secretary Roger Mercado did not directly comment on Bello's statement, but instead emphasized that the Davao City Coastal Road project is a larger composite highway with larger components and very different from ordinary highways. Mercado said that Coastal Road is one of the agency's flagship projects in Davao to solve the traffic along the Cotabato-Davao Road starting from Toril area going to the city proper. He said the project will serve as a bypass road, a coastal shore protection and breakwater that protects the city from sea wave actions, water surges, and shore erosion. On one side, he said, giant tubs were installed for the reclamation as protection. Class 1 and Class 2 rocks were also put in place with hexapods, seawall and wave deflector to reduce the intensity of wave actions which is prevalent in the area during amihan season. On other side, grouted riprap slope protection was constructed over Class 3 rocks. He added that other facilities include detour access road, metal guard rails, construction of roundabouts at times, beach and Rojas Avenue, concrete fence including post, roadway lighting, plant, boxes and drainage structures using high-density polyethylene pipes HDPE for high level of impermeability. The Department of Transportation (DOTR) had earlier denied Bello's claims that there is corruption in its public utility vehicles (PUV) modernization program (PUVMP). In response to Bello's allegations, the DOTR said there are 1,659 transport corporations and cooperatives operating nationwide as of March 4. For public utility buses alone, it said there are 131 consolidated operators. This has been Shireen Balasato reporting GMC-FI News Live.
Thank you, Shireen Balasoto, for that report. Manila. Philippines internet service provider Converge ICT Solutions has taken over the Alaska Aces franchise in the PBA. The newest PBA team will make its debut next season. Cedric Guyos has this report.
Manila, Philippines, internet service provider Converge ICT Solutions has taken over the Alaska Aces franchise in the PBA. The newest PBA team will make its debut next season. Dennis Uy, Converge co-founder and CEO, said that they are happy to announce the entry of Converge ICT Solutions Incorporation in the Philippine Basketball Association. This was made possible following the successful conclusion of the sale and transfer of the Alaska franchise to Converge. The franchise transfer was approved on Tuesday, just 3 days after Alaska played its final PBA game. He wished to thank the PBA Board of Governors led by Chairman Ricky Vargas, PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall, and Alaska team owner Mr. Wilfred Uitengsu for the invaluable and unqualified support they have lent Converge in realizing its quest to become a member of the PBA. In the PBA Season 47, which starts in June, Converge aspires to bring to the court a brand of basketball consistent with its revolutionary and entrepreneurial spirit. This is Cedric M. Cuyos reporting.
Thank you, Cedric Guyos, for that report. She may be 94 years old, but Minnie Mouse still has her finger on the pulse when it comes to the latest trends. For more of this showbiz news, let's have Denise Quijal for the details.
Mickey's girlfriend has put together an album of covers of some Disney greatest hits. But here, all of the songs have been given a lo-fi hip-hop twist, embracing a subgenre that has won over millions of music lovers around the world. Minnie Mouse worked with artists like Purple Cat, Touch producer, AV, and Harper's Simple Dreams to reimagine songs like You've Got a Friend in Me, I Just Can't Wait to Be a King, and Into the Unknown. This new version have been reworked in such a way that they can help promote concentration and relaxation. Two elements that are particularly sought after by fans of lo-fi hip-hop. Many put these smoothing instrumental tracks on in the background because they offer a relatively passive listening experience. In fact, that's the whole point of lo-fi, to encourage productivity even if extensive musical research on the subject is lacking. Lo-fi, which is short for low fidelity, is a subgenre that borrows melodies from jazz repertoire and pair them with the repetitive beats of hip-hop. This gives listener a dose of motivation without being distracted by any words or musical eccentricities. It would seem that Minnie Mouse identifies particularly with this functional vision of music. Disney and Minnie Mouse are natural fit with lo-fi, especially with Minnie's interest in creativity, music, and wellness leaning into lo-fi's penchant for self-expression and its calming meditative properties, said Disney in an official statement reported by JMCFI News. Lo-fi and Disney are both great source of comfort, so the two make for a perfect match. Could it be this very innocence that made lo-fi so popular on the internet? Chances are it's contributing to it. YouTube channels specializing in lo-fi hip-hop often use images inspired by cartoon and manga aesthetics to create a comforting sonic and visual environment. This is reflected in the famous lo-fi girl. This young student revising has quickly become the symbol of this musical subgenre, so much so that the Chilled Cow channel, which had chosen the heart to embody its identity, changed its name to Lo-Fi Girl. And that's the latest news from Showbiz. This has been Kesha. Have a good day.
Thank you, Denise Giel, for that report. That's all for the latest news here and abroad. This has been Gleison Von Lina Liel Casit. May the Almighty Father bless us all. To God be the glory.